Italy grapples with the influx of migrants on Lampedusa, while officials confirm European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen will visit the island on Sunday.
Aid groups urge authorities in Libya to stop burying flood victims in mass graves in a bid to stave off disease in the devastated city of Derna.
The EU wants to reform the bloc's fiscal rules and is set to strike an agreement balancing debt cuts against investment over the coming months. In memory of Masha Amini, hundreds of demonstrators gather in the EU's capitals to commemorate the 22-year-old who died in police custody in Iran last year. The Italian island of Lampedusa, still overwhelmed by an influx of migrants. Authorities say some 2,500 migrants are still staying at its overcrowded immigration centre. It can house a maximum of 400 people. Earlier this week, 8,500 people landed on the Mediterranean Isle in the space of 3 days. EU officials have confirmed Commission President Ursula von der Leyen will travel to Lampedusa on Sunday after Italian Premier Giorgia Meloni requested she visit. Meloni says the country is under, quote, unsustainable pressure after Italy's Interior Ministry announced migrant arrivals by sea this year have almost doubled compared to 2022's figures. French President Emmanuel Macron has since pledged his support for Italy, while the Interior Ministers of France, Germany and Italy joined EU representatives for a virtual meeting on Saturday to discuss the crisis. Back on the ground, the Red Cross is continuing to provide essential supplies to the new arrivals.
In the devastated Libyan city of Derna, thousands of corpses continue to wash up or decay under the rubble, following a flood that caused 2 dams to collapse and swept people to sea. The World Health Organization has urged authorities in Libya to stop burying flood victims in mass graves, highlighting the potential health risks if located near water. More than 11,200 are confirmed dead and around 10,000 remain missing. A team of Italian firefighters have been working along the Wadi Derna River Valley. They were among multiple rescue teams still searching for bodies in Libya's eastern city on Saturday. Authorities have launched a probe into the collapse of the 2 dams, and several reports now suggest the structures had cracks as early as 1998, which were never repaired.
A roadmap for reforming the European Stability Pact. At an informal ECOFIN Council in northwest Spain on Saturday, EU ministers sat down to discuss a compromise on fiscal rules. The goal, to strike a balance between the need to contain public debt and ensure further investment to fuel economic recovery, all before October. Valdis Dombrovskis, the Executive Vice President of the European Commission, says the plan is an ambitious one.
This has led to reassessment on how to maintain EU's traditional openness while shoring up our economic resilience, how to maintain our standing in a world marketplace and stay competitive.
If an agreement is reached by October, EU member states are expected to come to a technical understanding in November and conclude the process by the end of the year. Spain's Economy Minister Nadia Calviño says representatives have already agreed to 70% of the new regulations. Remembering Masha Amini, the Kurdish Iranian woman who died in police custody in Tehran last year after she was arrested for allegedly wearing the hijab incorrectly. Hundreds gathered in central London on Saturday to commemorate the 22-year-old. In the French capital, demonstrators came together in support of the Iranian people. Mayor Anne Hidalgo announced that Amini will be declared as a posthumous honorary citizen to honour her memory and all women fighting for their freedom in Iran and elsewhere. Moving south to Rome, hundreds of people gathered in front of the Iranian embassy, with banners quoting the slogan "Women, Life, Freedom." Crowds demonstrated outside the Iranian embassy in Vienna too. Armed with Iranian flags, protesters chanted Masha Amini's name. Meanwhile, human rights groups say Iranian authorities prevented Masha's family from holding a ceremony to mark the first anniversary of her death and briefly detained her father in his home.